And welcome back to Big Games for Little Sis. I'm Mitch. You might be Little Sis. You might be someone else. Who knows? Anyways, welcome. This is Love at First Sight. We're going to go ahead and jump into it right now. Act 1. Catch My Eyes. It's early in the morning. This is the path I always take to get to school. I normally have to hurry, but today I'm taking it easy. I had a little extra time to get out of the house, which is kind of unusual. I'm feeling good under the morning sunshine and cool morning breeze as I head to school. Oh, gotta click again. I'm not in a hurry, but it still doesn't take long to get to school. My house isn't right next to the school, but it isn't that far away either. Cool, thanks for clarifying that. Even if I don't have to leave as early as I did today, I never have to run to get to school on time or anything. That's what I'm thinking as I change into my school slippers. I absent-mindedly climb the stairs, heading to my classroom on the second floor, Class 2-2. I put my hand on the door to open it, and then...
Oh, Makun! Good morning! You're here earlier than usual. How unlike you!
Her loud, ear-splitting voice shakes me out of my morning daze.
Oh, good morning, Akemi. I see you're getting a head start on being loud and obnoxious today.
There's nothing wrong with being energetic.
This overly spirited person is Tsunemi Akemi. She's always like this, the kind of person who's always going full throttle from the moment she wakes up until the moment she falls asleep.
You're not energetic, you're out of control. But I guess that's what I should be expecting by now. Morning, Tomo. You know her better than I do, right? Does she have a volume knob? Morning. I've known Akemi for a long time, and I can say that no, she doesn't.
This is Ochiai Tomoyori. He's a zombie in contrast to Akemi's liveliness. But like Akemi, his energy level is constant. He's lifeless all day, every day.
Yeah, I've only known her for a little while, but I'm starting to realize that. You'll get used to it.
Makun, lately you've started treating me as bad as Tomo-kun. Is this really how you should be treating someone you've only known for 2 months?
Considering how annoying you are, do you really expect me to treat you any differently?
Yeah, I've only known these for about 2 months, though I've gotten pretty close to them in that time. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. 2 months ago, I had to switch high schools because of my parents' work. Fall's almost over. I transferred in the middle of the season, and because of that, I was a bit of an oddity among the other students. I was really nervous at first, but luckily these two came along and we became friends.
That's mean! Tomo-kun, say something!
Well, it seems like you two are getting close. Yeah, thanks to you.
Hey, don't ignore me!
I can say for sure that Tomo is the real reason I'm comfortable here now. He doesn't take care of his appearance, and he's not the warmest person you'll ever meet, but he's pretty smart and ultimately a good guy. I learned how dependable he is pretty quickly.
Okay, ignoring me is forbidden, you hear me?
We might be ignoring her, but I guess I owe Akemi as well. The fact that she's so annoyingly loud is her only real flaw. I don't know anyone more inspiring than her. Lately, Akemi's been trying to get me to hang out with her and Tomo all the time. The two seem to balance each other out, though it's not a perfect balance by any means. From what I hear, they've been friends since they were kids, though Tomo once told me,
she's basically following me around this whole time.
The bell rings. It's already time for homeroom.
What's the first period today? Math. Our homework is due today. You did do it, right? Yeah, yesterday I finished with time to spare for a change. I was actually able to go to bed early because of that.
Why would you want to go to bed early?
I said stop! I said ignoring me was forbidden! Hey!
I'm getting these voices better than that other game I was playing. The morning lessons end and lunchtime begins. That was quick.
Lunchtime! Time to eat!
We move from our classroom to one further down the hall. We're the only ones in here, and Akemi's thundering voice echoes in the empty classroom. 3 of us have been coming to this empty classroom for lunch since I transferred to this school.
On the menu for today is Salisbury steak! Awesome!
What are you, kid? Come on, can you at least lower the volume during lunch? Tomo, help me out here!
After a moment, Tomo replies,
What do you want me to do?
Then he sighs and snatches Akami's chopsticks from her.
Hey!
Then, as Akami opens her mouth to protest, Tomo stuffs a piece of Salisbury steak into her mouth. She seems to have forgotten anything she wanted to say when the food entered her mouth, and she quietly chews it. Her mood improves a moment later, and her expression dissolves into bliss as she chews. She really is an airhead.
I'm not her keeper, you know. Could have fooled me. Who else could hold back that freight train of a girl? You think I can hold back a freight train? Okay, maybe not.
Exactly!
Akami cries, spewing food everywhere. Then, realizing what she just did, she hastily closes her mouth and swallows.
I'm the #1 most cheerfulest girl in town, Tsunami Akami-chan!
And with that, she goes back to eating her lunch. I guess she can't stay quiet for long, no matter what she's doing.
The most cheerfulest girl in town? I don't think you have any competition for that title. No kidding, she's one of our school's celebrities.
Tomo starts on his own lunch.
Seriously? One of? You mean there's more? Yeah, our high school has a lot of unusual students. There's a lot of rumors floating around concerning our school, it seems. Wow, what kinds of other celebrities are there? You don't know about any of them? Well, first there's...
Tomo takes a quick glance at Akami, but she seems lost in her own food-induced paradise. She's not even listening to us anymore.
Well, there's a lot of them. If you really want to know, I'll tell you later.
He doesn't want to talk about this in front of Akami? I guess it's a touchy subject, but I'll make a point to ask about it later.
All done!
You eat way too fast.
Crap, I barely touched any of my own food while we were... Yeah, the cat has, stepped on my mouse. Go lay down. I should have started on my own lunch while she had her mouth closed. I'm not going to get another chance now.
Hey, what were you two talking about?
I was recounting the epic saga of how you won your fame. He seemed to be really interested in it, so I wanted him to hear it from the source. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Really? Sure thing, Ma-kun. Do you want to hear about the time I saved the town for the first time with my fantastic powers? I hadn't met Tomo-kun yet, and...
No, I really don't want to hear about that. Come on, Tomo. A minute ago, you told me to take care of her, and now I'm telling you to do it. I haven't even touched my food yet, so you be your friend for a bit.
And without a second glance, he starts eating his lunch in silence.
Ma-kun, are you listening? So anyway, my mom ain't gone out shopping and...
No, you are the one who leads to listen. Man, how'd I get rope into this?
And so, for the rest of lunchtime, I got stuck listening to her story while I finished my lunch and gave her the occasional nod. School ends.
Huh? Ma-kun, where's Tomo-kun?
Akami calls out to me as I'm packing up my stuff. She rushed out of the classroom just when class ended, and it seems she came back just as quickly.
He said he had some things to take care of back at his place and left a little early. What's up?
Oh, really? Well, can you take this to the third of your classrooms for me? I promised to return this before the end of the day, but I've got a club meeting, so I gotta go, so...
She hands me a small paper bag. It feels like a book or something inside it. I sigh.
Fine, I'll do it.
Thanks a bunch. Give it to a student in class 3-2 named Yae Katashi. I'm counting on you.
No sooner does she say that than she disappears again. She just can't sit still, can she?
I suppose I better get going too. No telling how long this Yae person is going to be there for.
I finish packing up and head to the classrooms on the 3rd floor. This is a montage of me walking. I arrive at the 3rd year student's classroom with Akami's package and look for the person I'm supposed to deliver it to. But with some of the other students tell me she's stepped out for a bit. They say she'll be back soon and then I can just wait for her here, but 10 minutes pass and she's still nowhere to be found. Maybe I should have one of the other people here give it to her and just go home. School's over and most of the students have been at their club activities for a while now. While I'm waiting in the 3rd year classroom, the other students file out and the school grounds slowly become devoid of life. The noise of daytime activity has all but disappeared. I feel like I'm in detention. I want to go home already. Giving up, I leave the classroom and turn toward the stairwell. My classroom's on the second floor, so I usually don't spend any time up here. The layouts of the two floors are pretty much identical, but somehow I feel like this is some alternate dimension. And just as I'm about to descend the stairs, I start to hear what I think are sobs coming from nearby.
Huh?
I figured I was alone and had relaxed because of that, but the sudden sobbing catches me off guard. I freeze! I hold my breath and strain my ears. It's not my imagination. Someone nearby is crying softly. Hearing someone crying in an empty school building sounds like the beginning of a horror story. Alright. What am I saying? This isn't a horror story. Oh, thank goodness. School might be over, but the sun hasn't even gone down yet. Finding someone else in the building isn't that strange. Well, I say that, but this situation isn't exactly normal either. The sobbing continues. It sounds like it's coming from the next floor up. It's quiet, but it reverberates off the narrow stairwell's walls. It's definitely coming from the floor above me, though I didn't realize it until now. But this building only has 3 floors. The only thing above me is the roof, right? School is over. The door to the roof should be locked by now, but I can still hear the crying, so there's no way it could be coming from there. But if the door is locked, that means the way up is just a dead end. I can't just walk up there to check and claim I happen to walk by. Before I can think through it, my curiosity has me turning around and heading up the stairs. Oh my god, just go up there! Ah! I climb step by step up the stairs as quietly as I can, though I can't help but make a little noise. As I get closer to the source of the sobbing, I begin to hear it more clearly. There's just one voice, and judging by the sound of it, it's a girl's. It feels like I'm climbing up 10 stories. There's enough words here to be climbing up 10 stories of... Anyways, but it only takes a few seconds. No. And suddenly, I'm almost on the landing. I take the last step and turn toward the source of the crying. In front of me is a girl wearing our school's uniform. She's lying against the door to the roof, sobbing. The girl hears me walking towards her and starts shivering as she turns her head toward me. Nothing up to this point has been too out of the ordinary. At least, until I saw her face. Now I'm a monster girl. Ah! The girl stares at me with her single eye, her face sopping wet from crying. And I don't mean that she was missing an eye. She literally had one giant eye in the middle of her face. Suddenly, she registers that I'm standing in front of her, and she jumps, drawing her limbs into her body. That's what I picture. A bit of light reflects off the unwiped tears near her wide-open eye. I can tell by the way she's looking at me that she's terrified. She's not the only one, though. Without really understanding what I'm looking at, I stare at her, unmoving as she does the same. She's wearing our school's uniform, but is she really a student here? No matter how many times I blink, a second eye doesn't suddenly grow on her face, and I finally realize what I'm seeing is reality. Faced with this girl, who looks like she belongs in a fairy tale, I begin to panic. Strangely, though, I'm able to keep my fright from showing. The situation is so unreal, I guess my brain just refuses to fully acknowledge it.
Oh, I heard crying and came to see what was going on. Are you all right?
The longer the silence drags on, the harder it becomes to break it. I try to come up with something, anything, to say to force myself out of this stupor, but my mind is completely blank. At this point, anything is better than silence. It seems her mind is just as blank as mine. I work my mouth soundlessly a few times before finally spewing out the first thing that comes to my mind.
Do you need something to wipe your face?
Our uniform is black, so I can't tell if it's wet from her crying into it. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything, though. I produce my own handkerchief from my pocket and move to offer it to her. I approach the girl, sitting at the top of the stairs, to give her the handkerchief, and once again she starts shivering in fear. She's looking at me like I'm some kind of monster. Am I really that scary? Isn't she the monster here? Hold on, bro! Okay, alright, you can't just say that, bro.
Thank you.
I hold the handkerchief out stiffly for several seconds. Then cautiously, oh so cautiously, she takes the handkerchief and wipes her face. Those are the first words she's spoken so far, but her trembling voice is so quiet that I almost didn't hear her.
I only transferred to this school around 2 months ago. I don't think I've seen you around.
This is definitely the first time we've met, of course. I'm sure that if I'd seen her before, her face would have been burned into my mind. There's no way I could forget what I'm seeing now. Should I ask her to give back my handkerchief? It's obvious from the way that she's looking at me that she's still confused and afraid. We're not going to get anywhere at this rate.
We must be in different classes since I haven't seen you around. What grade and class are you in? I'm in class 2-2.
Class 1-2?
She actually gave me a proper response this time. She really is a student here, I guess, not a monster or something. Okay, bro! Suddenly it hits me that I've been sharing the same school, and hell, the same world with this person all this time. Okay, this is like borderline something. I actually don't know what.
Oh, 1 year lower then?
Yeah.
The conversation grinds to a halt again. I can't think of anything else to say. Actually, that's not true. I have a mountain of things I want to ask her. But all of it has to do with her appearance, and I'm hesitant to bring that up. Okay, good. Time passes as I hurriedly try to think of something to say to fill the silence.
What can I say? My mind is totally blank.
No, it's not, bro. You've been saying pages of words. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, and the panic I thought I had subsided wells up inside my mind again. I don't think I can keep this up.
Right. I have to get going.
The girl looks like she wants to say more, but without another word, I turn and flee down the stairs. I head to the shoe rack, change my shoes, and start rushing home. Rushing home, Ontario. I walk on for a few more seconds after clearing the campus gates, and then I pause for a moment and take a deep breath.
Jeez.
Seems like that girl didn't follow me or even call after me. She's probably still sitting at the top of the steps in that desolate stairway. A cool wind is blowing as I walk home, and I gradually regain my composure. My heart is still racing, though. I think I'm going to feel uneasy about what just happened for a long time. I was really surprised. Maybe I still don't fully understand what I saw. I'll have to think about it some more. Was it fear? Was I afraid of her? No, there's nothing scary about some girl, even if she is... Honestly, I can't take the shot that she might be some kind of a monster. But she must be a human high school student, right? I was definitely scared out of my wits at first, but I think if she wanted to hurt me, she would have done it. In fact, she's beyond harmless. She's as timid as a mouse. But if that's the case, why do I still feel uneasy? Is my mind just unable to accept the fact that she has only one eye? No, that's not it. It's she who is wrong. It's not like I was avoiding staring at her or anything. Actually, I don't think I could have looked away even if I had wanted to.
Whatever. It's not worth dwelling on.
The fact that I'm not disgusted by her after all this means it was just pure surprise, right? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable conclusion. At any rate, I think it's safe to say anyone who saw her face wouldn't forget it anytime soon. As I'm thinking this over, I finally arrive at the familiar entryway to my house. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I guess I was on autopilot all the way home.
I'm home!
Oh, welcome home! You're a little late, aren't you? What were you doing?
Akemi roped me into being her errand boy. She wanted me to deliver something for her.
Ha! Later that night, I let out a deep sigh as I'm lying in my futon, unable to sleep. Okay, take two.
Oh.
Yeah, that's take a sad. For some reason, I couldn't tell my mom about the one-eyed girl. It wasn't like it was a traumatic event or anything, but I almost feel guilty. At any rate, I can't stop thinking about her face. I don't know. I know that if I don't fall asleep soon, I'm going to have to rush to school tomorrow. We already established that you don't rush to school, bro. I try to forget about everything that happened today, but I just can't keep my eyes closed. She looked like she wanted to say something back there, but I panicked and ran away. I kind of regret not staying now. I roll over in my futon several times, but eventually I come to a decision.
I'm going to try to find that girl again.
I feel like I should at least learn her name. Do I click? I do click. Achievement unlocked. First day. Act 2. Have an eye for. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for today. Yeah, this is interesting. I think I've seen this before, now that I sort of, you know, tucked into it, but yeah, we'll probably finish it out. This seems this seems fun. Anyways, that's gonna do it. See you next time. Have a great day.